we're streaming there. Let's see if this is going to work over here. Um, oops. There's our dashboard there. Okay, that looks like it's working.
Yep, you're live in the group.
That's always exciting. Yeah, okay, cool. Welcome to you know what? We decided we're gonna do a 21-day challenge, and originally we were like, hey, let's do every single day for 3 weeks. And I mean we will if you include the tech support calls that we're gonna do anyways. But we decided that we're gonna do Monday, Wednesday, Friday for the next 3 weeks with our whole goal of helping everyone that we work with here, everyone who joins up here, getting more local customers. I know there's inside of high level, there's tons and tons of people coming in pushing SaaS and setting up SaaS and doing all that. And I mean, you can still do the SaaS model with this, and I'm not saying don't do that in a different way, or just offering this as a service or offering high level as a service to clients, but going out and getting local customers, because there's so many people I talk to hundreds of people, and a lot of people are coming in and they come from a technical background, or they own a business before, or they're in a business and they want to get out of that, or they have a job and they want to get out of that, and they want to sell high level. And there's that dream of SaaS, of having it out there. And I know it's great, but a lot of people don't have any experience with even doing sales, right? They haven't gone out and haven't gone out to get that first customer even, and they're trying to set up high level and learn all the ins and outs of everything. So what we have done is, after like talking with so many people over the last few years, what we decided that we want to do is kind of do what we do, and we focus a lot on local businesses, local customers that we have in a couple different niches, but going out locally to start off, to go out and get those customers. Now, that's not to say we don't work remotely. For the last 7 years now, we worked, no, probably longer than that, almost 10 years now, we've worked almost, I would say, 90 to 100% remotely with all the clients that we have. So I mean, and that's had its ups and downs, but we've learned a lot from that. And I mean, we've had our agency now for over 20 years. And so, I mean, with all the changes and everything that have come along from that, we've always found that working with local customers is kind of the easiest way if you were to like start over and get going with your business. So that's what we're hoping to achieve here in the next 21 days. And this is not necessarily something new for us, but it's something that we haven't done for a very long time, actually, is put together a challenge, put together like a mini course like what we're doing here, and helping everyone who joins up and registers to either get the next 10 customers or get their first 10 customers, or whatever it is, using high level, and hopefully our tools and systems along with that. Shan, what do you think?
Couple quick things. In the description for this video, you put the wrong Zoom link.
Oh, is there?
So
Because we went live on Restream, so I can go and change that in the group. That's why I copied it here. Copied
okay,
it
so you've
like,
got the link then?
yeah, I do.
Okay, so edit that, and then you might want to check the waiting room there too.
I don't think I
So
can
yeah,
check the waiting room in that one. I think it's just because I use the same system we use for going live on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
so change the link in the description there anyway.
Yeah, I did that
Yeah,
there.
so I'm excited to be a little bit more involved. I've always kind of been in the background behind the scenes. My jam is totally sales, customer support, coming up with different fun strategies for different businesses using these tools. So I'm hoping that I can provide a lot of extra support as far as that all goes as well. We're going to do this for 21 days, live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 1 o'clock PST, which would be 4 o'clock EST. Jason is still going to do his tech support calls on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So we'll be live every single day inside of this group as well as on Zoom until the end of March. It's the end of the first quarter of 2024 already at the end of March, which is crazy. So we just kind of thought, you know what, let's do something to help give everybody that extra support and extra little boost. And then also, we've laid out for ourselves a calendar where we're going to release different things to you guys. So if you are part of Powertools in any way, then you're going to receive a lot more being a part of this challenge as far as a demo. We're going to have that done so that you can take that and use it as a tool to sell to businesses. Sales scripts, proposal templates, pricing structures, onboarding checklists, and ways to onboard and set expectations with these new businesses that you're working with, as well as just like the sales support. Something that we want to talk about on Monday specifically is money and mindset around money, because sales is such a huge part of this, right? So that's where we want to really focus on that to kick this off, and then weekly. And we're going to share with you guys a really fun tool that we've used for years now. Not sure if you guys, and comment in the chat either on Facebook, like let's be interactive, chat here, Facebook. I'm here to help Jay as well as with communication while he's chatting. But I'm really excited to share with you something that we call the money map. It's such a fun tool to use in your business, whether you want to hit $100,000 a month in sales recurring, or whether you are just looking to hit your first 10 clients paying you, $300 a month each, right? But the biggest thing is that your map. If you need to know where you want to go, and then let's draw out your map and make it real. What you track grows, and what you track and record grows exponentially.
Yeah. So, man, that's awesome.
So
And
get a pen and so make sure that you've got with you a
just
pen
even
and a piece of
yeah.
paper, and then I'll let Jay go.
And I'm hoping we can nail that, because we haven't actually talked about it for a while. So I know we were drawing it out this morning and doing it again, but that's awesome. So I want to talk quickly about who we are and our background too, because I think it's important, so you guys understand who we are. So I'm Jason Orban. I started GHL Powertools. We build add-ons and tools and systems and scripts and all that kind of stuff for high level. Most notably, we have our review and referral system. We have stuff like custom values updaters, video testimonials, that kind of stuff. And we've got our loyalty and reward system, loyalty rewards, promotions. And we use that for a lot of local businesses, retail businesses, any kind of businesses that have a recurring customer base where they want them to come back more often. So it's really great for restaurants, bakeries, breweries, pubs, coffee shops, and then we get into like hair salons, barber shops. We're releasing snapshots for that I think we said at the end of this week, that we'll have a snapshot ready for those guys. And then also stuff like home services for things like pressure washing, window washing, that kind of stuff, getting more referrals, tracking those, and landscaping, those kind of stuff. So we're really excited about that. Like I said, I mentioned that we've owned our agency. I've been in the agency space here since probably about, I think it was 2005 that I started out there. In 2008, I sold that business to my business partner. Things just weren't working out there, and that happens a lot with business partners. So I started Think Big Studios, what we do now, in 2008, and we've been doing that since then. We started out doing websites, graphic design, billboards, brochures, print design, all that kind of stuff for local businesses. And we had a ton of different clients doing that. In 2013, we got mixed up with a whole bunch of real estate investors, which was really cool because we learned a whole lot about that. And we kind of moved into the coaching consulting space. We got really big into high level doing when Russell Brunson wasn't even that huge yet back in 2013, getting
Click
into
funnels,
or
yeah.
ClickFunnels, getting into that and going and getting part of Ignite and learning all the back end stuff of direct response marketing with Dan Kennedy and doing those things. So we are a big part of that program. And that's about the time when Chandelle joined as well, 2013, 2014. And then she started running ads for a lot of our coaching clients that we had. And Chandelle does a fantastic job at motivating our coaching clients, motivating business owners, getting them pumped up, getting them excited, and really getting people to take action. And that's a huge part of what we're going to be talking about today is actually getting out and taking action and taking the steps and of what you need to do in order to move your business forward or even to just get started. So fast forward to today, or yeah, well, let me say one more thing is up until 2020, before COVID, we had built our agency up to about 50 fitness studios that we were working with, doing all their advertising, doing their Facebook advertising, social media, CRM, all that kind of stuff, follow up, lead gen, all that thing. COVID happened and it absolutely like decimated us. On March 14th, which is in like what, 3 days, 4 years ago, we shut off every single ad that we had or everything, every single invoice that we had to our customers. So we went from like 40, 50K a month to $0 in like one day because we went away for Christmas, we came back. It was awesome. We were like, we're killing it. This is amazing. We went to Toronto. We met with all of our clients. We stopped in, spent like 2 weeks doing that. Came back home, and there's this pandemic thing going on. And then all of a sudden, the franchise after client, we're just like, we're shutting down. We're shutting down. We have to shut down. We have to close. And we were like, what are we going to do? We have to like, we won't have any revenue coming in at all. We've got a team to pay. We've got all this going on. And we're like, we have to do it. Like, we can't charge people for nothing. Like, like they're closing. So they shut down and that was it. Like, they didn't open up again. Like, they opened up again for like 2 weeks at a time throughout the next 2 years. And
They're
so
still hurting. They're
yeah,
still
we had
hurting
to
so
go
bad.
like,
Yeah.
oh, we have to pivot, right? We need to do something else. So we got right back into local customers. There was a lot of grants and stuff coming out for local businesses to get online. The whole landscape changed. And then that November, I found High Level. I had heard about it before, but we got back into it. And then I had a lot of reputation management clients we were working with, and we brought them over to High Level with our reputation management system that we built for High Level. And we got a lot of people in there. We started working with agencies, and that's kind of where we've been going. We've been slowly building up our agency side of stuff and then also working with local agencies. So now we work with restaurants, we work with hair salons, we work with pubs, breweries, that kind of stuff. We've done stuff with HVAC. We've got a bunch of stories about that too, and different niches that we've been focusing on and trying to see the one that clicks. And the one that's really been working for us that we really enjoy working with is the restaurant space. That's cool. And then we have so much experience with coaches, consultants, with hair salons and anything like that. Chandelle was a hairstylist for 20 years. Before she joined us, we actually had and run 3 different hair salons back in Saskatchewan. So we have a lot of knowledge about just like the brick and mortar space as well, and what it's like to be a business owner that way. And then bringing that into the whole agency space. So understanding what they're thinking about, what they need, and how we can help them is hopefully what we're bringing to the table, and we can help people out with that and teach people things there. So I'm really excited that you guys are joining us today, and that's kind of a background about us. And if you want to get started, we can go.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to hear. I want you to go ahead, but I also, like I said, I think, I miss being in a room full of people because I would like to know more
Yeah.
about you guys as well. Like, you're here, you're taking time out of your busy schedule. Let us know, like in the comments, either on Facebook or in chat, where are you at with your business, and have you figured out a specific niche that you're working with? um you know, what's your history? Like, let us know more about you. The more we know about you, the more we can craft these next 21 days to be perfect, more perfect
Mhm.
for you. Yeah.
Kurt said here in the comments that he feels our pain because all of his clients that he had were med spas, and
Yeah.
I believe they had to close down as well because it was
Heartbreaking.
that
Absolutely
no,
heartbreaking.
you couldn't work with anybody face to face anymore. But I think that's what's
Yeah.
changing, and I think that's people crave that face to face interaction. And I think that's where we want to take this challenge is I know there's so much effort put into SaaS and doing things remotely, but that's almost a whole other ballgame too. Just learning how to go out and get remote customers that you've never spoken to face to face, and doing Zoom calls and trying to break through that email cycle or run ads or whatever to get in front of
Yeah.
customers, get people to book demos, and then jump on that way. Social media works really well, but then also just getting out there and talking to somebody face to face. I've got someone I've
Yeah.
been working with here for since last November, and I think they're at about 25,000 a month right now, and they've just been getting out, going to people's businesses, talking to them, presenting a little offer, making a couple little fun jokes, letting them know their personality, and then selling them on a $500 a month package. And it's been working out well for them. So they're selling a 500 month package plus a 1200 or a $1,200 a month package, depending if they want ads run. And that's working out for them. It's just consistency has been building that up. And I just want to talk to you guys about that. So, for example, I want to give an example. This weekend, we were away for hockey the entire weekend. Chandelle was with our daughter in Vancouver at a hockey tournament. I was a couple hours away with my son for the finals for their the playoffs for their league division. The boys won gold; they got first place, and then the girls got silver. But we were out for lunch. We're in between games. We had to grab a quick bite. We went to this new place in the town that we'd never been to before. And we just stopped in and we had lunch, and it was a great place. Now, I think I ordered pork bites or something like that. It was like pork belly burn ends. So I got them and they were still cold. So talked to the lady. She was cool. She was like, "Hey, we'll give you a gift certificate." So she gave me a $25 gift certificate for a meal that was only $17. And I'm like, "That's amazing." And then I ended up like, well, okay, well, who can I talk to here about marketing? Who can I talk to about like who's a manager, whatever? And she pointed me in the right direction. She's like, "Go talk to that lady over there." So went up to I was like debating whether I should do this or not, because it's always like this mental thing. Even if you've done it a bunch of times, I feel like I'm still kind of like, do I go talk to the person or do I not go talk to the person? Like, I'm like, you got this like internal struggle of like, no, 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 just leave it alone. Leave it alone. They don't want to talk to you or whatever. They're busy kind of thing. But I'm like, no, okay, I'm gonna go do it. I've got a couple minutes here. So I went to talk to the lady. I'm like, "Hey, are you the manager?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'm the manager." I'm like, "Cool. Here's this place is amazing." She asked me if I was the guy with the burn ends. I was like, "Yep, I am." And I'm like, "This place is amazing, but here's the thing. We do restaurant marketing, and I really like this place, and I was just wondering if I can set up a time with you at some point here to talk with you about some of the stuff that we do. We have a really cool loyalty rewards promotions program that we use with restaurants, and it helps you get more customers and retain more customers." And she's like, "That's awesome." You know, she's like, "That's awesome. I absolutely want to talk to you. That's really cool." And I'm like, "Okay, cool. I'm here for a hockey tournament." I was just in a hoodie and a sweater, and I was scruffy with an old ball cap on and like not looking good, ready for sales or anything. And she's like, "Yeah, absolutely. I'm like, she's like, "Do you have a card?" And I was like, "No, I don't have a card. We stopped in for a bite to eat from a hockey tournament." So I pulled out an old banking card that I had, and I wrote her name and phone number and email address on there. And she's like, "Give me a call in 2 weeks. We're making a ton of changes here, but I really want to promote it, and I'm excited to talk to you." So yeah, I got that information. I set up an appointment for 2 weeks from now where we're going to sit down. I'm going to show her the demo of the system, walk her through that. And it's just as simple as that. A lot of times, so many times that we've got restaurant clients is we go out for a bite to eat, ask who I can talk to about marketing, and then just strike up a bit of a conversation, tell them we do restaurant marketing and say, hey, can I book a demo with you and set you up, show you what we got? And like 9 times out of 10, they are like, yes, absolutely. That's very cool because they're busy, but a part of their job is going out and helping to market the business that they're working in, but they don't know where to go, who to talk to, where to start, or anything like that. So, um, when somebody does pop in, and this is where I'm getting to with being local and not doing everything remotely, because everybody gets 1,000 messages a day about prospecting and joining. Like, here's my email. Here, I can get you 15 new customers in the next 10 days. I get like 18 to 20 emails like that and messages on Facebook a day about that kind of stuff. So if you can like be local and go out and meet customers, like my friend here, who I said who's up to about 25,000 a month now in the last few months, growing this is doing awesome. So getting out there, meeting face to face, people really enjoy that, especially coming out from the pandemic where everybody's trying to do things remotely. People kind of almost crave that in-person interaction.
Yeah.
So that's my little story about this weekend, who we are, what we do. And yeah, I'm gonna take a look. There's a message here in the chat. Kurt wrote, I have a digital marketing agency for 8.5 years. I was cruising along smoothly until the pandemic. I went to work for another agency and just left them a month ago to build my own business again. It seems a lot harder to get clients these days, though. Like you, Jason, I found High Level a while back, but didn't jump on. I switched to High Level about a year ago, and I'm now building my business around building systems in High Level and integrating them with marketing strategies such as local SEO. Yeah,
Love
that's
it.
awesome. Yeah, cool. So, Shan, where do you want to go from here? Do you want to I don't know, where do you want to go from here? Do you
Well,
want to
I
talk
think
about
you have a little like mini mindset training, I think that you've been working on. Do you want to go over that? And then we can do
yeah,
yeah, you do that first. Check the
okay.
waiting room and see if there's anybody waiting to get
I did. I
in.
just I just let
Okay.
Carrie in. Carrie's in here with us, so that's cool.
Oh,
And
cool.
yeah, I will jump in here. So this is gallery. I'm gonna go back to gallery. Do there we go. Okay. So here's the thing about building an agency and a business, and Kirk can probably attest to this too, is a lot of, and I know Brian as well. And um just one second here. Carrie wrote, awesome. It's wild how many similar stories, how so many of us had similar stories about 2020 and how it impacted us. We pivot and move right on. Yeah. I was talking to a restaurant client a while ago, and that was one of the things. I'm like, we lost all our business, and I'm starting something brand new right now. And he's like, that is absolutely amazing that you guys had the um no, just the mindset. I'm going to say like the wherewithal, but the mindset to be like, that didn't work. Let's pivot, go do something else, right?
Mm-hmm.
And just pick up and keep moving forward rather than letting it just like completely destroy everything that we've been
Mm-hmm.
working on, anyways, and stop us dead in our tracks. So it was interesting, but yeah, it's we have to pivot and we have to move, and that's where it gets into these mindsets. And this is what I wanted to chat about here. So really quickly, I used an old template for a program we launched a few years ago called Launch Lab. And the idea behind Launch Lab was that we were helping local businesses build their websites and teaching them about marketing and marketing mindsets and stuff like that as well. But we walked people through a 30-day thing where we help them build their marketing material, like their website copy and everything like that, because that's the biggest holdup whenever you're working with a client and you want to build their websites or anything. It's just the website copy and content. If you're not writing it yourself, it's gonna take them forever. And I mean, we had stuff in our contracts that said, hey, if you didn't have our website copy to us at a certain point, then we're billing you in full and the project's pretty much done. So um, let's move on to Mindset Monday here. I'm going to share my screen. This is the old template. I didn't even bother changing anything today because I like the Launch Lab. The Launch Lab is a good thing, but I think there's another course out there called Launch Lab. So we're going to just start off with Mindset Monday. And I'm going to say congratulations on making the time commitment and to taking your brand to the next level here. So let's just go through this really quickly. I don't think it'll take too long because these are all just really good points that we should go through. So the whole thing about the reason why we want to do mindset Mondays is that if you don't have the mindset of a $3,000 a month entrepreneur, a $10,000 a month entrepreneur, a $100,000 a month entrepreneur, then you won't be that person. If you don't have the mindset that's going to take you through to that next level, you're going to hit a ceiling where you just won't be able to get through. And for some people, that ceiling is $0 because they haven't done this before, and it's taking you in a direction that you haven't experienced, right? There's a lot of people coming into high level and a lot of people that I talk to who are just starting out. They've never really done sales. They've never gone and talked to anybody. They've never gone out and tried to build a business before on their own. But the prospect of high level is there. And I mean, there's so much we can do with it. It's just having the right mindset to get out and actually start taking action. Now, when I built websites for customers, I would have people come to me and be like, I need a website. I have this idea and I need a website. I need logos. I need branding. I need this. And a lot of times, and because I just want to help people out, is have you sold anything? That's the first thing I would ask them is, have you sold any of these products that you have, or this widget or whatever it is that you want to spend $10,000 on marketing for? You want to build a website, you want to build all the brochures, material, logo, all that kind of stuff. You want to drop 10 grand on it, but have you sold one thing yet? And lots of times they were like, no, I haven't sold anything, but I've got this idea for it. And I would tell people, you know what? The first thing you need to do is you need to go and sell one of these things. You need to go sell this to a couple people that's not friends and family, and see if there's actually a market for this thing that you want to go and sell. Sure, I could have taken their money and built them a website and done all that kind of stuff for it, but the reality is you're if you're not going to go out and sell things, if you don't even have a client, then you're spending money, time, energy, and focus on the wrong things. So what I want to cover here in these couple steps is just talking about that. So the number one thing that you need to do in your business here is you need to take action. The hardest part of getting your first-hand clients is just believing in yourself that you can go and do it, because it does take focus, time, energy, and a belief in yourself that you can get those customers and get them to start paying you so that you can start building up your monthly recurring inside of high level. So you must be willing to take action and get out of the cycle of always planning, learning, theorizing your business. I can't tell you how many people that I've talked to who are trying to come up with every possible scenario that they could come up with on what somebody might need in their business without actually even going out and talking to a customer and actually getting a sale, right? So without going out and saying, hey, in your business, what do you need? Do you need this? Where are you at with your marketing? Asking them questions, talking to business owners, getting in front of them. People aren't doing that. They're watching videos on how to set appointments, watching videos on how to create workflows, watching videos on how to do AI, watching videos on how to do that stuff, setting up their high level, setting up the CSS, the colors, the background, the design, all that kind of stuff, building a SaaS website, doing all those things without actually going and getting a customer first, getting somebody to start paying you so that you can keep moving forward. So a good analogy for some other mindset videos that I've watched is the basketball analogy is, you can, it's like trying to learn how to shoot three free throws in basketball by only watching YouTube videos, right? Watching a bunch of YouTube videos, taking a bunch of training on how to shoot a basket, but never actually stepping out onto the court, never stepping out there and actually taking the shots that you need to do. You can hire the greatest coaches in the world to teach you how to shoot a basketball, but if you never step out onto the court and actually take some free throws, you're never going to learn how to do it. So that is what we're talking about here. Is we want to take action and get out there and actually take those free throws, which means talking to people, sending out emails to customers, talking to people on social media, getting in front of the business owners that you want to work with, knowing who those customers are, and pivoting when things go wrong. So a lot of times what we do is we just we try to think about all the different things that are going to come up, and then try to plan for that rather than just going out and getting more customers and then reacting when that happens. So I've got a number of books that I brought with me here. I picked like I've gotten it read, but I grabbed them off our shelf. One is Ready, Fire, Aim. And that one, this is about taking action, seeing what happens, pivoting, and making adjustments on that. That's a great book if you never read it. Here's another good one on selling, which is just spin selling. Spin selling is great. Getting out, talking to customers, asking them questions, finding out who they are, what they need, where they're at in their business, and how you can help them where they're struggling, and kind of putting together a plan for that and selling them on their stuff. Another good one is an old one here. It's called The Greatest Salesman in the World. It's just a really short, small book, but it's all about a story and mindset about selling. That one's a super old one, but it's really good. And then another one, if you're not used to going out and talking to people and customers and stuff like that, and just in meetings, whatever, here's one that I picked up when I was like in my 20s, How to Talk to Anyone. And that really brought me out of my box that I was in, where I was afraid to go out and talk to people and not chat with people. I used to be one of those people who would just sit in a corner and not talk to people, not know what to say, not be very afraid. Somebody actually came up and talked to me, I'd be like, I don't know what to say to you, even, kind of thing. But by just learning, practicing, doing that kind of stuff, I really got in my box in my early 20s. There was one point we went to a bar, and again, I never used to talk to anybody when I was there, but I just started learning all this stuff. And I had another friend who, again, we would go out with my cousin. He could talk to anybody for hours, but this other guy and we were just terrible at talking to people. And I told him one day, I'm like, dude, we're going out today, and all we're doing is we're saying hi to people. That was the only thing that we're going to do. We're going to go around the bar and we're going to say hi and get out there and actually talk to people. But it was just making that baby step and going out and taking action, right? Learning a new skill. So what this is about is, number one, is just taking action, going out there, talking to people, and booking appointments. So we can start booking appointments so we can start getting customers rather than focusing on all the wrong actions, which is number two here. Focus on the right actions. Our brains try to keep us safe by keeping us in the same place, doing the same things we're used to. Our brains have this built-in function that want to keep us safe. And it doesn't even make sense most of the time. It just wants to make us comfortable. It doesn't want things to change, and it wants to keep us in the same place that we're in, which is the familiar. And it might be a terrible place for us to be in. It could be the absolute worst place that we're going to be in, but because we're familiar with it and our brains are used to that, then it wants to bring us back to that place, and it wants to keep us in that place. So, some of the examples of that are when you're in business and you're starting this whole new venture and you're getting out there and you have to go talk to people, instead of going out and booking appointments and talking with customers about the stuff that you can do for them. It's you spend time, like I said, spending $10,000 building your website, designing your logo, designing your business cards, redesigning your business cards, redesigning like graphics and stickers and promotions and things that you can put together without actually going out talking to customers. I know I've talked to a few people lately who told me, I just want to know every single thing that I can do for a customer before I go talk to a customer, right? I want to know, I want to have like a plan in place in case a customer wants this thing. I want to know that I can set that thing up and do that thing. That's wonderful, but there's the whole idea of ready, fire, aim. Get out there, talk to people. Somebody says, hey, I need this thing done. You've got a whole community of thousands of people behind you where you can say, how do I do this? And somebody's going to come along and say, this is how you do this. I can help you do that. Even in our community, our tech talks on Tuesdays and Thursdays, you can ask those questions and we'll do our best to help you. And there's a lot of really good people in there who are very happy to share their knowledge as well. So the only thing that matters right now is getting out there, setting and closing appointments, talking to people, setting those appointments up, closing those appointments, and keep moving forward. That's the only thing that's going to push your business forward. Is every time you take a step towards rejection. That's our brains want to keep us away from that. Rejection, fear of it's like disappointment. I forget what the other one is, but it's
Mhm.
mostly fear of rejection, right? People are going to reject us. People aren't going to like us, fear of embarrassment. But we have to do those things that are going to take us towards that fear of rejection. And Chandelle can attest to this so much. Like if you put Shan in a setting of like a hair salon or something like that, where she can talk to people face to face, they come in, you can sell people all day long. But one of the things that you've been working on very well in the last 6 months to a year is actually getting out of your box, getting in front of the people that you need to talk to, and putting out those questions, reaching out to customers. And I mean, you brought in a lot of business just from that. You want to talk about that
Well,
for a second?
yeah, I would like to just quickly say, and I would love to hear from you guys as well. Like, I don't see myself as very techy. Um, I'm not. I'm a people person. I'm a hands-on person. I'm creative, whatever. So I've always put this label on myself that I'm not very techy. And so even when Jay told me about high level, initially I was like, that seems way too good to be true. It seems really confusing. We've had a lot of arguments about it. Like he'll start telling me about whatever he's building, and I'm just like, bleh, I don't want to know. And you know what? If you're not really techie, the beautiful thing these days now is that you don't really need to be, because you have people like Jason and like our team that can help with that stuff. But the one thing that I just wrote down because I didn't want to forget is this. Is it backwards or can you see it? You
I don't
are
know. It's hard to read.
you are 100 mistakes away. You know how, RB says you're one funnel away. You're 100 mistakes away. So make them quickly. That's how you're going to learn, and that's how you're going to see results, right?
Yeah, it's
And
like one
you can
funnel away,
really
but you're
make it
100 mistakes away. It
sometimes.
is.
Like
It's
jump
a
off the cliff and build your wings as you're falling. Like it's okay to do that.
the
And
whole
we're
idea
here to help you do that. That's what we're here to do.
the whole idea of fail fast, right? Get out there, fail
Yes.
fast, pivot, move on, fire again,
Yeah.
and keep going. So, awesome. Going to jump back in here. We've got a couple more to cover here. So, number 3 is kill any shiny objects. Here's the thing: when people start out, again, it's getting back to making plans and possibilities and objection building and all that kind of stuff before you actually go out and get customers. So, kill all shiny objects. So we make plans and backup plans and all that, and come up in our mind of scenarios that don't even exist without even having a client asking for tools or asking for systems or asking for anything. We're kind of trying to come up with all the solutions before we actually just go out and talk to customers. So we always like to say is what you focus on grows, and you need to focus on your main plan, and you need to go all in on your main plan. So pick one thing, one direction, one something that you're working on. If you're selling, hey, I want to sell loyalty and rewards to our customers, and their local customers, then focus on loyalty and rewards and promotions, and at like the core four, like keep it simple. High level has a million things that you can do in it, but make an offer, and we'll get into making offers on another day, but not today. But make an offer that gets the people that you want to work with on that plan, right?
Yeah.
And give yourself 6 months. Stick with it for 6 months, because it's so easy to be like, oh, I just saw this thing, I just saw this thing. And then when you have people like you've got yeah, you've got Billie Jean, and you've got I can't even think of
Everybody, Frank
everybody,
Kern,
Frank
like
Kern, anybody else out there being like, no, you just do it this way. No, you just do this thing. No, you just do that thing. You've got, you know what you need to do. So pick one of those things and just go in that direction, right? Give your 6 months, you give yourself 6 months focusing on that niche, focusing on those customers, and keep going in that direction without being like Homer Simpson and being like, oh, blue car. um, so here's one more thing here. Number 4, trust the popcorn effect. The popcorn effect is a really cool analogy that I can think about. I like to think about, and it's the whole idea of that business doesn't go 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. It doesn't go that way. If you've read anything about like building a podcast, building a business, or setting up customers or anything like that, it's not, it doesn't just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It'll go 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 2, 4, 8, 6, 12. Like it'll just keep going. It'll start going exponentially after you start building that up. And it's the idea of the bag of popcorn in the microwave. For the first 20, 30 seconds, nothing happens, right? The microwave is working as hard as it can to pop that popcorn, and nothing is happening to that popcorn. You might get one kernel pop, one other one over here, but then you get to like 45 seconds to a minute, you get pop, 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 a couple more come in. And then after you get to like a minute 20, minute 30, your bag's going pop, 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 pop. It just keeps coming in, right? And it's the same way with building up this. We have to keep taking action every day. And as if we're taking action every day, then we might not see everything in that first few days, in those first couple weeks, maybe. But as we keep moving forward, it's going to just build momentum. And you're going to start getting more and more and more people reaching out, more people talking to you, more people signing up, that kind of thing. But the key is consistency and sticking with it. Right. So a normal sales cycle, and this has been in our business for a long time, is really anywhere from 17 to 28 days to attract a client and close a client, especially when you're dealing with services, setting things up like that. Like, I mean, 7 days is even pretty short. There's a lot of times that I talk to a client and they're like, yeah, let's get started. But then after we get the paperwork and that stuff done and the contract out, and we take payment and stuff like that, it could be 14 days from the first point that we talked, but it could even be longer than that. There's a really good video from Frank Kern that talks about the 30-day sales cycle, but then there's also the 90-day sales cycle. And most people are focusing on the 30-day sales cycle, where they want to get that customer right now. They're ready to buy right now, but there's so many more customers that are ready to buy over the next 3 months. And they're a little bit slower there, but you need to be building up your marketing, and you need to be building up that consistency and talking to those people in order to be on their radar, so that when they are ready to buy, they come to you for that sale. And I've seen that happen over and over again. We've got people coming into our agency we talked to 6 months ago. I've got people who bought our loyalty reward system or our review system that I talked to 2 years ago, that are finally like, I'm ready at a point now to take action and move forward on this thing, right? So that sales cycle can be long depending on who you're talking to, but going out and making those connections and talking to more people is the key. So number 5 is forget your emotions. So that's not talking about like forget your emotions when it comes to dealing with customers, with building your business, going in a direction that's meaningful to you, and so that you can like grow with integrity and all that kind of stuff. It's not about that. It's just that don't take it personally if you get rejected. Don't take it personally if a client drops off. Have a system set up and keep taking action, so that if somebody does drop off, you have another person to take their place. There was an HVAC client that we were working with in the last 6 months here. We built up their website, we built up their marketing, we built up all this stuff. We started running ads for them. They had never run ads before. They were doing like a couple 100,000 a month or something like that. They were a big business. They were doing well. And then we were running ads for them. That was working really, really well. They're like, we're too busy. We can't take any more clients. So we just got to pause on the ads. And then they're ready to go again. But you know what happened is when you start running ads for clients like that, other people take notice as well. And since we weren't specifically an HVAC client or an HVAC agency, it was interesting that I noticed, and I've been thinking about this, is that other HVAC industry or agency who was specifically HVAC was able to come in and say, hey, I see that you're running ads. I see that you're doing this. And then say, this is exactly what we do. And we only do this for HVAC clients. And that client moved on. But you know what? We were like, yeah, okay, well, that happens, So I can't control what a client wants to do. But we also had clients leave for like crazy things. Like when anytime, and Shan can talk to this a lot, is that anytime a client is going through something personally, even if it's not to do with their business, lots of times the first thing that they want to cut is their marketing. So if they have any kind of financial struggle, if they have something weird, we've had clients cancel their marketing because they're going through a divorce. We've had clients cancel their marketing because like they're having a fight with their husband or something like that. Like there's been just weird things. Like we had clients cancel because a local business said that they could do it better. They left to go with that local business. And then 3 months later, they come back to us because that local business was doing a terrible job. So you just can't take it personally. And that's one of the things that we've learned after years and years and years of doing this is that clients come, clients go. We want to try and keep them around for absolutely as long as possible. We want to make things sticky. That's why loyalty and rewards is such a cool thing, is because once they sign up for it, if they'll look like a douchebag if they cancel it with all their customers kind of thing. So we want to keep them around for that kind of stuff. That's really cool. And then yeah, just don't take it personally. That's the thing. Clients will come, drop off, but keep taking action so that you can get more customers in. So I'll go to the last one here, launching your rocket. Now, this is launching your business. Like it takes not Elon Musk and everyone will talk about this, but it says it takes 90% of the fuel of a rocket has for it to leave the ground. The most energy and expense is going to be spent just getting it off the ground. And then when it's up in the atmosphere, it's less. And then when it's out in space, it's just flying free, right? It's the same thing for your business. It's going to take a lot of energy now just to get out, emotional energy and a little bit of time and getting out there and spending that to go get new customers, go talk to people, set up meetings, set up appointments, get out of your comfort zone and do the things that push you towards that fear of rejection in order to make your business grow. And I've seen so many people just sit around and wait and be like, this isn't really working. But that's where we need to have consistency. We need to continue to put in energy to make things work. And just like the popcorn effect and everything like that, if you do that and you keep doing that every day and keep putting in that energy, things are going to take off for you. So that's my 6 points of mindset for this
Love
Monday.
it. So good.
I hope that's
And
good.
the thing
If
is,
anyone,
like talking about time, it's
yeah,
funny how, I mean, yeah, speaking with business owners for over 10 years now, inside of our agency, right? The things that will grow a business, people think they don't have time to do, but really, when you break it down, how much time does it actually take to pop in somewhere for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and have a quick chat, and then set up an appointment? So we're going to give those tools away over the course of the next 21 days, so that it's easy and so that you can plan your day, right? If we can block our time. Somebody who I followed, the first like digital marketer that I followed when I first started getting into this was Amy Porterfield. And I loved how she called it her tiger time. In the morning, it was an hour every day where she created content, and she called it her tiger time because nobody can interrupt her. Nothing could come before that. It didn't matter what was happening in her business or what fires need to be put out or what team members needed something. That was the time that she used to create content. And so I think something that we can talk about too, and let us know if you're watching the replay, if you're here with us live, what are some tools, like actual things that we can share with you that we use inside of our agency that can help you to organize these different aspects of growing a business, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Thoughts?
I think so. Yeah.
Do a money map? Should
Yeah,
we?
let's jump into that. We got about 10 minutes left of we will hit an hour. So I think we're doing pretty good. So here's a fun thing. Do you want to talk about it or you want me to do it?
Well, I feel like you should do it. And then
Come on,
I'll.
Shan, get out of your comfort zone. Let's do it. Okay,
Okay,
so
how about we do it together? Okay.
okay.
So, does everybody have a piece of paper and a pen or a pencil? If you're watching the replay and you don't, pause, go and get what you need. We'll wait for a couple seconds here. Let's get some shit done now, right? Let's put pen to paper. I think there's so much energy behind that. We use technology for everything these days. I like, if you could see around my area here, just notes and pens and papers. Okay, so
So the whole idea behind this is, Shan mentioned it before, is that what you focus on grows, but what you focus on and record will grow exponentially. And
yeah,
that just means about what you look at every day determines your focus. And if you have the right focus, you can push yourself in the right direction because you're constantly reminding ourselves. It's easy for us to say, oh, I want to make, $1,000 a day doing this, and then you go away and you go somewhere else and you don't have that in front of you. You're just like, it's kind of like it kind of pops up, but it's not something that you're constantly thinking about. It's not dictating your actions of what are we going to do next in order to get to that $1,000 a day. And really the key is to book appointments and set appointments so that you can get money coming in. Now, right now in this challenge, we set it out with, like, we're saying 3K, right? Let's just get to 3K right now, which could be simple. Like, there's so many different ways to get to $3,000 a month. That is, you can sell 10 people on $300 a month. You can sell 5 people on $600 a month, or you can sell, what is it? Like,
three
5 people on
people,
$600 a month, or three
three
people on
people times a
$1,000 a
thousand
month.
dollars a month, depending on
Right?
where you're starting,
So
right?
it's simple to do that. And once you and the whole idea is just, let's take some action, let's get some momentum, let's get those first customers rolling in, and then keep moving forward from there. And eventually, right away, like after you start doing that, you get those first 3K, you'll be at 10K, you'll be at 15K. You keep moving forward because you'll know the process behind it. And a lot of people, when people are like, you see in the high level group, I see this all the time, is I just brought in 300 clients into my SaaS, right? That is somebody who has been working on their business for years. They're doing coaching, they're doing consulting. They've got a whole following that they've already built up. And now they're just moved stuff over to high level. And they told those 100,000 people that they have on their list to go and try out their free trial for a high level. And then all of a sudden they've got 300 people who signed up for a free trial. And they're like, I just built my SaaS business to 300 clients, right? Some of those people are going to stick around. Some of them aren't, but they've already done the work. They've already taken the action. They built up that whole business before they actually got into high level. So we're just talking about getting back out there, getting those first few customers and seeing that momentum start to happen and the wheels start turning and doing the things that you need to do. And remember that if you go out and get those customers, you have a whole team behind you of people, even if you're not paying for VAs and stuff like that. There's tech calls, there's all different kinds of stuff you can jump into, and people are willing to give advice and help to see you succeed.
100%.
So
Hundo P, as I always like to say.
yeah, I like terms
Um,
that.
Okay, so I'm thinking that now you guys have a pen and a piece of paper. I want you to think for 1 minute. What is your goal? It's April 1st. What have you brought in?
Let's just put in
We are
$3,000 for the
we
goal.
are going to show an example with a $3,000 money map, okay? But if your agency is already doing 10K and you want to add an extra 10K, then you do the same, just follow these steps. Trust me, anytime we have focused on this thing, money comes from such strange places. Like, oh, you've got me like in big screen
Oh, I
now.
made you big screen now. You're
I
the
feel like I look
focus.
really blurry.
You are a
Um,
little bit blurry.
anyway, the first time we did this money map, I hired a landscaper and went out to the backyard. I was walking around the backyard and found just $100 laying on the lawn. Money just starts coming. We got weird people paying for hosting from 3 years ago. Like, money just does start to come. I'm telling you, it's the coolest thing. So please do this and just stick with it and let us know how it works. We're going to keep checking on it every Monday, okay? So you're going to start off with a blank piece of paper. And super technical here, you're going to draw a calendar. So 7 lines, right? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lines going up and down, vertical. Okay. 1, 2, 3, then 4 lines going across and then make it into a square. All right. And so then basically what we have is 7 days of the week, right? And this has 5 weeks here. Monday, I put Monday the 4th here. This is where we are right here, Monday the 11th. I'm going to circle it. Okay. And our goal, I'm going to put right up here, our goal is $3,000. Okay. So we currently have 3 weeks left in the month, 21 days. All right. Because obviously today is March the 11th. So what that means is we want to split up $3,000. Hopefully you guys can see this okay.
Not too bad.
$3,000 into 3 weeks. So $1,000 a week is what our goal is, right? To keep things simple. And what I really like about this is that then when we are going after really big goals, like $30,000 in a month, then it's a lot easier to take a look at 1 week and say, okay, 10K, this is what we want this week. And what are we going to do to get there? How many packages, how many people do we need to talk to? We're starting with the end in mind, right? So what we're going to do, because it is March 11th, you're going to want to look back from March 1st to now, if you wanted to, and see what you've brought in. Okay. If you have brought in, $500, whatever, I do like to mark down daily as money comes in, exactly what that is. Once it hits your bank account, we mark it down every single day and celebrate it. Like it could be a $30, somebody paid you $30 for something, whatever. Mark it down and celebrate it. Add it up. Okay. So at the end of the day on Saturday, we'll add that up. And let's just say, for example, that we brought in $800. Okay. So as of the 17th, then we have brought in 800. Then what happens is we like to call it, Jason, do you remember what we like to call it?
No.
G2G, gap to goal.
There you go.
Okay. So then that would leave us with $2,200 to reach $3,000 by the end of the month. So then what we would do is scratch out that 1,000 and put 1,100. My pen's not working great because it's upside down Z's. And then we would put 1,100. Okay, so now that's our new weekly goal. Now, because this week we are going to start reaching out to people more. We're going to be out next week doing more demos. We're going to have, a lot more confidence because now we've written this stuff down and we know what the hell we want. Next week on Sunday, when we take a look, let's say that we've sold $2,600. No, that's too high. Is that too? Let's say that we sold 1,800. Okay.
Yeah.
So what does that leave us with? $700, right? Is that correct?
Nope.
No?
So you did 800, 3,000 minus 800 is 2,200. 2,200 minus 18 is going to be
600. So then that means that last week we only need to bring in $600 to reach our goal.
So the funny thing is that I know this seems like elementary and it's like simple, but the whole point is taking this, putting it up on a whiteboard, putting it up on a poster, putting it up somewhere where you see it every single day so that you can see how much you brought in, what is your goal for that month. And it could be way more than $3,000, but for the sake of this, we're just keeping it low because we want to do baby steps and we just want to get people to take action, right? Take some action, get out there, make sales, and get out of your comfort zone a little bit, right? So if we just have a low
agency,
low barrier to entry,
sorry.
No, we were just talking over each other. But I was listening to a story the other day where somebody was talking about they wanted to lose weight, right? And their goal wasn't to get into the pool and they were going to go swimming. So their goal wasn't to get in the pool and swim 100 laps a day. Their goal for the day, super low, was just get in the pool. I just need to go get my swimsuit on and get into the pool as my goal. And if I did that, I checked it off, right? Same thing with here is we want to send out those communications. We want to send out those things and we want to get in touch with customers and we want to book appointments, right? So booking those appointments can be the goal. Reaching out to those customers, stopping in at one business a day and saying, hey, this is what I do. How can I help you? I would love to chat with you about it and give you a demo of this really awesome, cool thing that we've got. That could be your check mark. Just go and talk with them. Even if they say no, that's you did one thing, right? Show up in that business. Maybe it's just showing up at that business for the day and being like getting yourself out of the house, getting yourself out of the office and getting into that business. And while you're there, then you're like, okay, well, now I'm here. Maybe I can ask someone behind the counter or a staff member of who can I talk to about marketing? That's what I always say. I'm like, who can I talk to about marketing? And they always tell me, contact this person, get in touch with this person, go talk to that person over there. That's who you talk to about marketing. I don't think I've had anybody not tell me who I can talk to about marketing, but that's why we're keeping this just super simple. I mean, we've done this for 45,000, 50,000. We've done it and hit goals with that because we've done these things. It's part of it is just staying consistent and continuing to do this as well.
Yeah, totally. So, it's weird because now I think you're on full screen. I don't know. I'm watching it on Facebook, so maybe
Oh, don't watch it on Facebook. You're on full screen on mine.
So anyways. So do your money map. Then the thing is thinking about, okay, so if we wanted to sell, I prefer selling higher ticket than just a $300 a month reoccurring bill.
Absolutely.
Right? And we'll get more into that as we go throughout the next 21 days. But let's say, for the sake of this month, if you could add 10 more clients to your roster, how many people do you think you need to speak to in order to make that happen? I'm going to guess 30 at the most. If you can walk into a few different places and you understand that specific type of business, which we're going to focus on Wednesday, and you're using the same scripts and tools over and over and over again. Once you've done that 30 times, I'm going to say you have a really good shot at onboarding 10 new clients by the end of this month. So maybe you could also add to this money map, conversations. Like, how many conversations is that? So then each week you can put a mark down every time you've had a conversation. At the end of the week, what is your gap to your goal? Like, how many conversations have you had? How many have you onboarded? And how many more do you need to have, right? I love having this on a really big piece of paper. And at the end of every day, just marking down, somebody owed me $50 and they gave it to me back. Like, money came in, and you're acknowledging it and you're marking it down and you're seeing small step by small step. Like, when is the last time you went and took cash out of the bank? This is just one other quick thing. I know we're going over an hour now, but uh, this past summer we sold a vehicle and I ended up with $10,000 cash in my hand. And I looked at it and it was all in $100 bills. And it really reminded me all those little amounts add up to so much, right? And what would life look like for you? What will it look like for you at the end of the month when you've gone and you tracked every day what you're doing? I can guarantee you, I mean, I don't want to get in trouble for giving any guarantees, but I swear you will see a huge difference in what is coming into you just
Yeah.
energetically.
So last thing here, I'm gonna switch it up and say one last thing. It doesn't have to be about money. You can set this map up to just be meetings and demos. How many meetings and demos have you booked? So if you don't want to make it about money because you're not just shooting for 3,000, you're shooting for, 10, 15, whatever it is, you want to sell $1,000 a month product because that's what you decided your offer is. And that's what you're going to get customers. You're going to go out and you're going to sell people an ads package. You're going to sell them $497 for a high level. You want to sell them on ads. You want to do other things like that. You can do it just for meetings, right? I need to get 10 meetings this week. I have to book 10 demos. I have to book 10 demos next week, 10 demos the week after to get those customers. I mean, you're going to hit probably more. 10, that's a lot. But I mean, what kind of goal is that? If you had 30 meetings coming in because you spent the time to go out and talk to 30 different customers, stop in at 30 different businesses, send out in social media posts and stuff like that, get in touch with 30 different businesses and book those kind of demos and meetings with the customers that you want to work with, what's that going to look like for you? How is that going to turn things around? So it's easy to do. You can do this for anything. That's why I like it so much. And it really is powerful because you're looking at it every day. You're reminding yourself of that's what your goal is. And that's the direction that you're going to go. So, yeah, I think that's cool. I wonder if anybody has any questions or any thoughts. I'd love to hear anything that you guys are thinking about going through, anything that if this brings up anything that you can that you have questions about or just want to contribute and let us know. Please comment, speak up, unmute yourself. Absolutely. Post on Facebook here. Let us know because I'd love to hear what you guys think as well.
I have a question. What do you think about if we maybe, because this is a challenge, what if we said, like, if people actually start a money map or like some form of a sales call tracking map and shared that with us consistently inside of the group, maybe we could like do a draw for a prize or something.
Yeah, sure. We
That's
can do
an
that.
idea.
And you know what? I'm gonna say that we'll go out and do this too. Like let's add meetings and demos here to our map for for our stuff, and let's go along with it as well, so we
Yeah,
can
and we'll
show
share it in the group.
progress on there too.
There's been a few people asking, how do we get access to all the trainings that we're going to be doing? I will post in the group again with a link for you to register if you haven't registered, so that then you will get emails and text notifications when we're going live, as well as access to the resources that we're going to be sending out. I will also always post all the resources inside of the group here.
Okay.
And then Wednesday, same time, 1 o'clock PST, 4 o'clock EST, how to find business owners to talk to, how to like solidify your offer and who you want to serve in your local community, and how to set those appointments, like actually some of the scripts and the tools and the things like that that we use. And what else,
Okay.
Jay? There was something else.
I don't remember the whole list, but I mean the whole thing that we're
It was
doing
a
here
list
is
of it was a list of questions to ask. That's
yeah,
what
we're gonna put together a list of questions if you're going to going out to talk to a restaurant or a business. What kind of questions can you ask them? You know, just to move the conversation forward. All of these books here, they all talk about um asking the customer questions more than you talk, right? Learning more about their business rather than trying to just pitch them on your service and what you do. I mean, you can have your 30-second elevator pitch. That's absolutely great. But then going out and learning more about them, asking them about them, asking what problems they have, and then letting them know what software and system you have to help them about that. And you're even free to go and say, hey, listen, I had a great time meeting you today. I'm going to go back and I'm going to put together a plan for you. And then let's talk again in a couple days. And I'll show you what I think we should absolutely do. Because again, these businesses, these managers, these owners and stuff like that, a lot of time they're looking for an advisor. They're looking for somebody to come in and let them know what they should be doing or what are their options. Because if you think about it, Shan's going to go through the life cycle of one of these business owners because she was that for years, right? Brick and mortar business owner. What's the stuff that you're thinking about? And while yes, you wake up in the middle of the night thinking about, I need to get more customers. I need to do more social media posting. I need to do this, and this, and this, or you're doing it in the shower or whatever. You're thinking about it. Once your day starts, that all goes away. And you're usually just in the fire.
yeah.
You're putting out fires, you're booking appointment, like you're doing your clients, you're doing that kind of stuff. And you're not thinking about actually taking action as the business owner, the small business owner. So that's where we need to come in and be able to help them and say, this is what we can do for you. This is what we're going to set up. This is how we're going to run things and kind of take control of that. You just guys pay us that money and we'll set this whole thing up for you.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome. Well,
Cool.
I'm happy that we did this. Ella, nice to see you. Cool. I'm going to send an email out with a recap and a replay. You're going to be hearing lots from us. Maybe you'll unsubscribe if you don't want to hear about this stuff. But this is the most important thing. It's just time to set ourselves up for success here heading into the second quarter of 2024, helping businesses get set up for a lot of them, the busiest time of the year for them, which is summer, right? And setting the foundation for a really successful agency, honestly.
Yeah, somebody just messaged on the thing, just popped in for a second, and this is one of the best trainings I've seen in a very, very long time. All down to earth and checking in by coincidence has been the best training I've seen in a long, long time. Down to earth, action taking, amazing guys. Thank you for looking forward to the challenge.
Nice.
So
That's awesome. It's been a
awesome.
long time since Jay and I have done this together. So it's funny. We're in different rooms. We're in the same house.
Yeah, but it's easier to do it this way. All right.
Yeah. So stay tuned as we refine kind of what our schedule will be for the next 21 days. But for today, just do your money map, share it,
Do it.
and
Yeah.
we will we'll start giving loyalty and rewards points for sharing those things. Like maybe we'll start using the system throughout this
I think so too. Yeah,
challenge,
I've been thinking about that
right?
too.
And we're going to throw down a lot of really cool stuff that will help you guys grow your business. So let's
All
go
right.
Monday.
Okay, you guys, appreciate you. And we will talk to you on, if not on Wednesday, on Tuesday on the tech calls. All right. We'll see you guys later. Okay, bye.